ARIES. Good evening, beautiful beings of light. Welcome to the CRONE Zone Conversations with the Ancients. My name's Priscilla, and this is my buddy Heather next to me, and the beautiful Valerie from Illumination Portal.
Aww.
Here to explain the equinox coming up. I mean, the is it lunar eclipse, solar eclipse. Oh my God. It says it right there. The March super moon, new moon, Priscilla, right there.
March super, yeah, it is the closest. It is one of the closest new moons of the year.
Wow.
I think it's 93%. I'm not sure how they measure that though, so I'm not going to go on about it. But it is a solar new moon eclipse in Aries, the first degree of the zodiac.
Right.
And we just had the first degree of the zodiac for the astrological year come on the 20th, right? March 20th was spring equinox. So here, and the day before that, let me just clear that up real quick, is 29 degrees Pisces is the last degree of the zodiac. And this is like the creation point of the zodiac, that's 0 degrees. But everything that's coming off that 29 right before it goes to 0. So Neptune is still sitting there, but that day, the day before the equinox, Neptune and the sun were together, and that was being highlighted. And you know, they were, the sun and Neptune were updating each other. And then the sun went into the equinox. That point in the chart, that point for going forward for the rest of the year, is very important because we have 4 planets, Neptune, Saturn, Venus, and Mercury, who are going to cross over that 29 0 degree point 3 times each. Wow. So that's telling us a lot.
That's insanity.
Yeah.
That's insanity. Hey, before you get started, you're really on the money tonight. You are quick. People are still coming in. I want to say hi.
I'm sorry. You know, I started talking.
No, it's hilarious. It's just fine. But before you do, I think we ought to tell them what cards we pulled for tonight's show.
Sure.
Too.
Yeah, let's say hi first. I get real serious about this because I mean I've never seen anything like it. It
sounds like it. It sounds like absolute insanity. Hey, Bora, Laura Hammond Davis, welcome. Akila, thank you all for being here tonight. Which card do you want to start with that we pulled tonight? Just so people can come in as before you get started on too much. You know what I mean?
No, you guys start.
This is heavy and they need to hear it.
Yes.
We all need to hear it.
Yes.
So what was the card you pulled, Heather, first?
I pulled from the Metatron deck. It's New Dawn, and it's saying welcome back.
I love it.
So
oh my God.
That's good for us.
Yes. Beautiful.
I pulled the Waymaker. And the Waymaker, and it's from For the Love of Dragons, because I'm madly in love with this deck. Now's the time to call on the Waymaker. We can't always see how something is going to manifest. We light fires for our intentions. We keep the braziers left for our plans, never knowing which of our endeavors will burst into the flame of life. Our job right now, is to trust our deepest heart, where our essence resides, and keep our pursuits focused in the direction of our bliss. We've been saying this every bloody show for weeks, months. It's still happening, but the end is near, isn't it? So keep all your internal fires lit in the name of the truest and most beautiful expression of your life, and then call on the Waymaker. As Joseph Campbell said, when you follow your bliss, doors will appear where there were only walls. Yeah, I think that's beautiful.
Beautiful. You guys picked the two perfect cards. I mean, they're perfect because it sums it up. You know, it really does. This is a moment in time that is
We can say a lot of things about it.
you know, but the way you want to experience it, right? It is your choice because it's your perception, and you're the one with your intentions and what you want to feel and what you want to experience. You can make this experience epic or not, right? I mean,
Or
it's
not. So truthfully, you can live in fear or
right.
you can live in love.
Yes,
It's truly that simple.
yes.
And live
Hi,
in the
Emmy
now.
J.
Hi, Emmy J.
I picked watching clouds because that's what we're going to do for the
We're going
next
to lay
couple
back on
minutes.
the grass and watch clouds float by.
It's what
And
it
think
says.
about our intentions. How beautiful.
Yeah, lay back, rest, and relax. And this is really the truth. And just we all know it's challenging to rest and relax. And in the external is breaking down because that's what that
Yeah.
Neptune, right? And that Neptune in Pisces for the last 14 years was dissolving everything that wasn't of higher consciousness. Now, it's of course there's two sides to that, right? We
Sure.
see the illusion, delusion, and here we are. Many of us woke up. Many of us, our skills and abilities turned on, and here they just keep turning on, right? We keep evolving because we're making that choice to look at the higher spiritual part of it. That's what Pisces is. But Pisces is um, boundless. There's no form, there's no shape. It's a water sign. So as we go for, and every day this week, I'm going to bring up something that's happening every day this week before the solar eclipse in Aries, because the next day Neptune goes into Aries, and that's the first time in 165 years. And now he can make form with all that he dreamed and imagined.
Oh,
Now he's
that's
going to,
going to be interesting.
yeah. So it's really cool, but they're slow moving, those outer planets, right? So, like I said, I just want to reiterate on the last degree, 29 of Pisces, in the first degree, the zodiac, 0 Aries, where creation point is.
Is that
Because
our initial creation point for the time of
for
Aquarius?
for everything, for life, for forever. I mean, that's the first degree of the zodiac. That's actually the actual New Year,
Yeah.
but they messed with the calendars and stuff. So,
Everything to keep you off center.
exactly. And
It's
that's,
amazing, really, when you
yeah,
start looking at it.
yes, yeah.
Everything to keep you out of touch with yourself.
It was so diabolical, wasn't it?
Like
Really
changing
was.
the music from what is
Yeah,
it, 4 to
four
440 or from 460 or whatever, 420. I can't remember what it was.
432 to 430. It was just like a 2
It wasn't
degree.
much,
Yeah.
Just
So,
enough.
just
mhm,
enough to make it chaotic for your brain.
mhm. And we can all feel that, right? I mean, I know I'm feeling extremely chaotic, and I do the work,
Yes.
throughout the day. I'm constantly doing the work. But that's the point, though,
Yeah.
is they hit our nervous system. Our
Mhm.
nervous systems never ever get a break unless we physically move ourselves to somewhere and go into a bath, go to somewhere quiet, do something. And that's really what we're going to have to do for quite a
And remember
while.
when that wouldn't work when your kids were little?
Yeah.
You couldn't go to the bathroom
Yeah.
and be on your own.
No, you don't
Or
go to
if you have a pet, you still can't.
that.
Yeah, but I really, really did love those commercials. Calgon, take me
Me
away.
too. I love
Because
it.
half the time, that's the only time I got a break.
Yeah,
That's when I took a bath.
it's true. Sorry, I digress.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's part of, that's part of this energy. We are all amped and height, right?
Mhm.
And we're all trying to make sense out of the nonsensical, and
Yeah.
it's like almost beyond our our skills and abilities. But see, this is strengthening us. This is what I keep hearing anyway. So we're going to strengthen over this next year, right? Because Venus and
I think
Mercury.
this country as a people will strengthen over the next year just from
I
what I
was just
see going on right now.
Yeah, I was just going to say that. Like, this is exactly what that Neptune going into Aries is going to do. Okay. But you're not just being Aries, the Mars, fiery, just going without thinking. You're not do. You are spiritually equipped to
Cool.
to go forward and take action. And what do they call that? Not inspired action, right? Am I
Inspired
saying that?
action.
Okay. So that's cool. I mean, there's a lot to this. And I mean, if you could just sit back and watch the show without it really getting to you, ground in, and take your time, because we have Venus and Mercury are both retrograde in Aries right now. Tonight, a matter of fact, this is why we got to go day to day this week. Venus and the Sun will have a kazemi. That means they're close together, and it looks like she goes into the heart of the sun. So she's at zero. I'm sorry, not zero. Two. Where am I? Three, 2 or 3. I've watched too many shows. 2. She's at 2 degrees. So is the sun. So they're meeting tonight at that 2 degrees, and on the 24th, 2 days from now, Mercury is going to meet the sun, and that'll be at 4 degrees. So, 2 is more of 2 and 4 they're nice numbers, right? They're even numbers. They're kind of like more flowy, and I do see these as very flowy, even though Mercury and Venus are going to retrograde back over the 0 and the 29 Pisces. They go farther in. I have it written down, but I have so much. I don't want to get confused.
I know it's hard to keep track, isn't it?
So those 2 go first, and then they don't
Right.
really clear, even when they station direct and come back out of retrograde. They don't clear out of until like the end of April, beginning of May. So those 2 will know a lot more information, because those are 2 personal planets. Venus is what you love and value, and that may change. That may, things may become altered. And that's, I say it like that because of the eclipses. You can't predict these eclipses. So even though this is not, say, this isn't really aspected in a bad way, and neither was the Virgo one, and today is the sorry, the Aries one. I knew I was going to do this. The one on the
Okay.
29th is the last one for the Aries Libra nodes. So that's going to close that out. That's an 18-month, 2-year period. So, but they take 6 months for them to reveal themselves and see what's coming in, right? So it's, to me, it's more of, it's a fiery lunar eclipse. It's bringing in the passion. And here comes what I was going to say, what you were just referring to. People are going to be ignited passionately about their freedoms and their rights. I think that's when we're going to really see people standing up and just, this is not at all what we're going to do for America. I think that's really going to come out. And I think that's why, in a lot of respects, we have to kind of, it's got to play out in time. Next
Mhm.
eclipse season will be in the fall. And in the fall, Saturn and Neptune will stop and back up and go over the 0 Aries and the 29 Pisces again. So then,
Right.
and so it's 3 times, because they got to go once over, once back, and once over. So it's three
Right.
times each. And this is why I'm saying it's so epic. It's just in it. And think about what you can create or what you can intend to create. Doesn't mean, and I'm not saying do the details. I think a lot of us have the details, but we really are being thrown off of that too, because our nation is being thrown into turmoil, right?
Right.
So everything's kind of, again, like a bomb went off, or, and everything's hanging in the air above us and it just hasn't dropped yet. So that's going to be dropping the rest of the year. I'd say by next spring, we're going to have a lot more clarity on what's going on. But in the meantime,
Another
this is
bloody year. Is that what you're saying before we have
it. But
clarity? Oh my
we
God.
had, we had 14 years of Neptune in Pisces. Now you're going to have Neptune in Aries and Saturn in Aries. Venus and Mercury will be long gone by the time those two go back and forth. And that is showing us we are heading into a higher consciousness collective reality. The structures are being restructured, Saturn, to a higher consciousness collective reality. If Neptune wasn't there, we wouldn't be saying this stuff. You see what I'm
Right.
saying? That's how
Yep.
important it is. So, and Neptune, okay, he hasn't been here for 165 years. Last time he was here was during the Civil War.
Wow.
So, I
And what
mean,
are we in the middle of,
right.
basically?
And I don't want to say that to scare anybody. I'm not trying to scare anybody, but I want you to know those energies come back around to be another onion layer peeled off and
Right.
another onion layer peeled off. And it just, so, but we're the ones who have we know, we can see through this. We know the truth. You're
Mhm.
not going to come in here and blow smoke up our butts anymore and we're not going to accept that. So
Yeah.
I think together we're
I
going to
think
make a
that's
really,
becoming more and more evident every day.
yeah,
And I think that energy will help that continue into an even greater extent, I'm hoping. Is
absolutely. It's going
is
to
that what
just
it
make,
shows in the sky, that it will continue?
oh goodness, yeah, it's just going to
Oh,
get
good.
stronger and stronger because,
That's what I
okay,
think.
now we have those four planets going over the 029 point, the
Right.
first degree and the last degree. We have Jupiter changing signs. We have Gemini, I'm sorry, Uranus changing to Gemini.
Right.
And Pluto already has. Right now, this is another reason why we're not going to be moving fast. I'm not saying this is for everybody. I'm saying collectively, you might know what you're doing and have all your ducks in a row and things going good. And God bless you if you are.
Good luck with that.
But Mars is still out there. Mars is just getting out of his retrograde, just starting to move forward, but he's still out of bounds. He's nowhere near anybody else.
Right.
And he's in Cancer. Now, when he gets about the same time, end of April, middle of April, beginning of May, there'll be more movement. You're going to have more understanding of what it is you want to do going forward.
You do that, White Dragon. You
Yeah,
let us know how that goes.
I
But I'm
love
with
it.
you, dude.
Hey, White Dragon, do you know on Neptune it rains diamonds?
Whoa.
Isn't that cool? And same
Wow,
with
that's
Uranus.
beautiful. Can you imagine? Let's say
I
hi
love
to
it.
Kim B and Lauren Huntsinger and Mary Ellen and Peace Mama and
Yes, peace,
Allie.
Mama.
Welcome,
Sorry.
everybody.
Yeah.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're being educated tonight.
Mm.
There's so much going on.
I'm like,
It seems to me that there's more every month.
I
It
know, and I
it
feel
never
like I'm
stops.
the bearer of bad news, and I don't want to,
You're
not.
not a bearer of bad news. I think it's fascinating because it so mirrors what's going on the planet. And we all know that we came here with a purpose. We came for this show. And if
Yes,
you can just step back a little bit and step out of that fear for a minute and look at it, it's absolutely fascinating. People's soul contracts, And I'm speaking of duck law orange. It's and others. Like the people that came to destroy have as strong as contracts as those of us that came to save. Right?
Yeah.
And if you can look at it from that eagle's point of view, I think it's
Yes.
absolutely fascinating. Not that I can get there that often.
Right, because you always end up having to come back down.
Yeah.
But it's nice to see it from someplace else for a while.
Yeah, and every time you do that, you detach a little bit more and a little bit more, and
Yes.
it's very a healthy detachment,
Yes.
I think.
It's almost, farcical. You just sit here and you watch it and you're like, he did not really just say that, did he? And
I
you're
know,
just like,
I
what is
know.
going on? Where is everybody? Where's the adults? Everybody left
Where
the
are the
building.
adults in the room? Because, well, adults my ass, all I can see is clown car.
I know, me too.
It's a clown
I
car.
see him on fire. I honestly do. Him and Musk. They're just like, I
Well,
don't
that's
know.
kind of what's going on in the clown car. I see it's really billowing black smoke.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Yep. I mean, it's the truth. I like what Peace Mama said here. She said, we are over the ugly energy, leaving that behind with this transformation. Just
I didn't
saying,
see
raising that
that.
positive energy. And that is so true.
I didn't see
Because
that.
we
Oh, here
have,
it is. I want
we
to put it up.
okay.
That's beautiful, Peace Mama. We are
Mhm,
over the ugly energy, leaving that behind with the transformation. Just saying, raising that positive energy. Keep
mhm,
it up, please.
Mhm.
That's what we all need to be doing, taking care of ourselves, raising our vibration, keeping it high. There's no
mhm.
reason to
Everybody
sink
around us.
lows that are there going on out there.
And do you see how we've all kind of got to that? Like, I know I was devastated for the first month or so, and I know many of you were, right? And
Mhm.
now it's just like, okay, let's get this show on the road. Let's get this over with. You gotta play it out, do your thing, and there's
Let's get back to love.
yeah, let's get back to and that's what the chart is, right? That's what the chart says. This
I
is
love it.
higher consciousness information. This is Neptune, first time in 165 years in Aries, giving you it's not, did I say this already with you guys, where it's not just the Aries that's fiery and just wants to take off and not think before acting? It's not the case. Now we're spiritually prepared. We've
Yeah.
learned, we've woke up, we got our skills and abilities. We're still building on those skills and abilities, right? And we're still learning as we go. So we're watching the opposite play out in front of our eyes, right? Because that is part of Neptune. It's a spiritual awakening. It's intuition. It's it's imagination and dreaming. The other side is illusion, delusion, confusion, division,
Right.
and we can clearly see that that's there. I pray everybody wakes up. I pray they all
Me too.
get it together and
I
wake up.
send them all love for waking up, for
Yeah,
sure.
but we're not going back. That's for sure. No,
Mm-mm.
but so anyway, this is a deeply, deeply, deeply. It's the cosmic birthing canal, and we're going to be in labor
So
for
we're
a while.
out of the washing machine and into the canal.
I didn't know what I was going to say. The washing machine is broke. It's over there in Andromeda
We done
somewhere.
broke the washing machine.
It's not.
The spin cycle is dead.
And you know what? I was seeing, was it just this was let me just make sure. Yeah, here on the equinox, we had the nodes, square,
Yeah.
the galactic center. Wait, am I right? Where am I? I have too many charts. That's also, yeah, because well, no, I don't know what I was saying. That is the nodes, and that was on the equinox. Sorry, or was that
Right.
the Virgo? Anyway, there's just like every royal fixed star is involved. Every asteroid is involved. I mean, they all have these powerful points of, and I'm learning new stuff about other galactic points, but I don't. There's already too much in my head.
I don't know how you keep track of it. It just seems like you
Do you
said,
see all the
every
papers
planet,
around
every
you?
asteroid, and Jesus.
I mean, this is all. These are the notes, and these are the charts. But I love it though. I love it. I
Okay,
love it. I
but
love it.
here we are again. The basic is sit back, take care of yourself, get your
Yep.
ducks in a row,
Yep.
and chill until it's time to act. Do
Yeah,
everything you can. Do everything you can to resist in a positive way.
yes. And
Like
this,
wearing red lipsticks and lapis bracelets.
I love it. I mean, it's amazing that, okay, this is a 9-degree Aries solar new moon eclipse. Okay, 9 is ruled by Mars. It's a Mars ruled eclipse.
Mhm.
So you're going to see a lot of people who are not connected to their heart and their soul and their team popping off, doing outrageous, outlandish things. And that's going to start, well, it's already been going on.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
But tonight at 9:07 Eastern, we have Venus conjunct the sun. And that'll bring in more solar flares. Heather was talking about the solar flares when we got, and they just keep coming too. Did you pull that out, or we can look at it
Oh,
whenever?
yeah, I've got it. Let me see. Hang on. I do have it. Let me see how to share screen. We're in a geomagnetic storm watch.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What else can we do? I don't even want to ask. Look how
Okay,
beautiful.
there you go. So I'll just leave that up for the moment while you talk.
Okay. So again, look at all that. That's all the light codes, the neutrinos, the protons, the neutrons, the electrons coming in, connecting to the DNA of Mother Earth, connecting to each one of us in a different way, individually. I mean, that's how brilliant it is. You know, they know exactly who to go to, what to do, and what switch to turn on, right?
Mhm.
So, and this is it is Aries, it is a lunar eclipse, it's partial,
Mhm.
but it's a super new moon. So these are very powerful energies that are just vibing onto the planet.
And the supermoon is when the moon is closest to the Earth. Is that correct?
Yeah. And now again, if Neptune wasn't there, this would be pretty intense, but Neptune's there holding space. Well, actually, the eclipse happens, and the next day, less than 24 hours later, Neptune leaves Pisces, that 29 degree, and goes to 0 Aries, the creation degree. Now he'll be there for 14 years, but we're talking about us pretty much restructuring humanity for the next 2 years. I'd say by the end of this year, we'll have a clearer picture. There was much more to come up to be reviewed than I think any of us knew. I mean, I can't believe
Oh, yeah.
the ridiculous stuff I'm seeing every day, right? And it's got to come up. We got to look at it, and we got to acknowledge it and heal it and release it, love it. And another thing going on, which I thought was really cool. So that new moon is at 9 degrees.
Right.
At 11 degrees, Aries is Psyche. This brings in that, literally what it sounds like. Bringing in, okay, we have Neptune, and then Neptune's not too far away. All this psychic energy around there. And this is the most important, I would say, it's probably the most important thing about this eclipse, this Aries season, because now the
Mhm.
sun's in Aries. Mercury and Venus are in Aries, but they're retrograde and they're going to still play out. Aries gives you the courage to be who you are, because Aries is the I am of the zodiac. Right?
Right.
And look how much we've learned just since last spring equinox. You know, we've elevated immensely since then. And that courage, that's going to play out all year though, because that point, that 0 degree point, is going to keep getting hit over and over and over by 4 different planets, you know.
Wow.
So that's an important strengthen us. Let me say it like this: it strengthens us more and more each time. It gives us that strength to be our, because look what we're creating. We're recreating ourselves, basically bringing in a more of our higher self into our physical body,
Mm-hmm.
as the earth is becoming a higher consciousness being, a new earth, a new reality.
Mm-hmm.
But we're in that unstable period, that chaos period. And
Well, that's because, you know, we're still trying to raise the collective vibration, the collective
mm,
frequency. And once it hits a certain frequency, won't it just kind of bring everybody up to that frequency so we can move on? That's
that's how
kind
I'm
of what I
showing.
think it's going to,
Yeah,
that's how I feel it's going to happen. It's like the hundred monkey
yeah,
theory. Once
yeah.
that hundredth monkey got it, you
I
know,
I also feel that if we get every, even individuals up to a certain level,
Yes.
they automatically will continue
mhm.
without our help. It just is like,
Yeah.
got to this far, they're not going to, they realize it and they're not going to go back. They're going to continue.
And that's the point. You know, that's what Priscilla said. It is
Mhm.
a choice, love or fear. And if we give into the fear, you know, we stay on that lower. And I don't want to make it sound like it's a bad place, lower 3D Earth, but it is soul's journey, right? Experience, our souls experience those
Our souls
experiences.
aren't here to experience 3D anymore. Our
Not
souls are here
not
to
now.
move
No.
to 5D. And most of the, you know, most of the planet, I think, is going to move to 5D. But I do
Mhm.
believe there's souls here that are, well, beings here that are soulless. I think there are beings here that will remain in 3D Earth
Yes,
forever
ma'am.
because that's what they are addicted to, basically.
So it's
Yeah.
okay. So with this Venus tonight, that's a well, it's all metamorphosis, right? I can't come up with words anymore. I feel like I've just got no more words. I don't know. For a week, okay, and then she's gonna go be with the sun. We won't be able to see her for a week. When
Right.
she comes back out, she's going to be a morning star. So here we go
Right.
again, right? Self expression, creativity, bold new beginnings, worthiness. This is the big one. When that Venus is in Aries and is in her worthiness, in her ability to stay strong in who she is, warrior spirit of the divine feminine, independent,
I
confident,
love that.
illuminating her new path. Love, authenticity undergoes a metamorphosis, shedding old wounds. So that's really what we've been doing, is just constantly shedding and shedding and shedding. And as things
Mm.
come up, it's like Priscilla said, you just look at it, you're just like, oh goodness, okay, we're gonna watch that again. And but I'll go over here and do something really cool while that's playing out over there.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it doesn't get to me, you know, it does, but
It gets to
and
all of us. It's just how long we stay there, how long
right,
we live in that fear that
right,
matters. We're all going to experience fear. It just is the way we're made.
yeah.
But it's how long we decide we're going to live there. And I don't want
And
to
we
live there very long.
no, and
When
isn't that, and that's kind of been the point,
it's-
especially since November 5th. We had to
yeah.
reassess because most of the psychics did not see this stuff going on, right?
I don't know of any that did, actually. I
So
really don't know of any that did. I know that some after the fact said, "Oh, I got it wrong. I should have seen it like this, blah, blah, woof, woof." But at the time, nobody,
it
none
was
of
so
them that
it
I
was
know got any
no,
different than you and I.
It was stolen and manipulated, you know,
Yes.
and he admits to it.
Yeah.
But the thing
On
is,
several occasions, he's admitted to it.
but the thing is, it has strengthened us even more.
It has.
Look what we had to go through for those couple months. Like, it was just, I honestly didn't know if I was going to feel good again. You know, I just felt like my insides were tore out. And it's with the Phoenix, right? The Phoenix keeps coming up. It is, okay, Neptune, Venus, Mercury, Saturn. Why do I have it like that? Oh, okay. All four of those planets, every time they go over the 029, you got to think of it. Goes to 29, 0, there's the Phoenix. Goes to 0, 29, it's burning. You see what I'm saying? And it's just going to constantly do that, like 3 times each. So what's that? 3, 6, 9, 12. Then I got, this is a nervous system reboot. This is our, you know, our nervous system's really.
I'm sorry. It makes me laugh. Priscilla, I actually heard 95% will move up to the east side of Deluxe apartment. Oh,
I love it. Then I tell you
Lordy.
what. Okay, so here's where it gets even deeper.
Okay.
Because we got to this point of being totally gut punched and have to go through that, and we strengthen that, right? We're looking, well, and most of us here can see the old programming, the old brainwashing, the old constructs.
The Matrix is falling apart.
26,000 years, it's just going away.
It's burning down.
And they're going to keep continuing to try to sell us that American dream shit, right?
Bullshit.
You know, I don't even know if they're trying anymore.
They got the wrong dream in mind.
Yeah,
that's their dream ain't my dream. The greedy.
That's right, and that's where what we didn't know any better.
Let me
right?
put my
Now
red
we
lipstick
do it.
on.
We know better. What is that?
My red lipstick. Said, let me put my red lipstick, my resistance lipstick on.
I need to get some. I have that real like stain red, and if you just make a little move wrong, it's stuck on your face forever.
Yeah, for a week. I know what you mean. I tried that one time. I was not good. Hey, Terry, at Holding Your Space. Lovely to see you. And Garnet, welcome.
I was let me see what else we got.
I'm sorry.
No, but it's the energy.
Yeah, and I really need to send this lipstick to you. You know what it's called? Power Play.
What?
Power Play.
Ooh,
I like that.
Whoops. Sorry. Hello. I cannot.
Okay, so, oh my gosh. And there's so much being played out. Okay, like that 165 years ago was the Civil War. So much of that's being played out. Now, we all know the last 2 years, Pluto in Capricorn was playing out the American Revolution. So here we are now playing out the Civil War. And
all in a few months.
Well, it seems like it, right? But it's really been a long play. But actually, in the Sibley chart, Pluto is in Capricorn at 27 degrees, and he kept going there and going back and forth. Anyway, so that's the same thing's going to happen with Uranus this year on that. We're already having the Chiron return right now for America, obviously. This is America's 5th Chiron return. Is that right? 50. 5th or 6th. Sorry, my brain's not working. So that's the wounds, right? And the wounds are deep, and most people don't admit what the wounds are. You know, you just don't come to another people's land and kill them and take their land. You just don't, but that's where we're at. And
can you believe we're still at that? You'd think after all these hundreds of years, thousands of years, people would figure out that war doesn't work. Hello?
They just don't know.
Mm-mm. No, and it's just so that's coming up for review, right? Everything this year is a review, and as we review, we release, and as we release, we receive, because we're going to change. Okay, this no longer works. I'm going to choose this instead, and we're going to experiment with it. That's all we can do. We don't even know really where we're headed,
I
right?
have no idea. Wait a minute. I really like you said 2025. This is big. It is for review, release, and receiving.
Yes.
That's huge. Those three things right there, we need to have tattooed on our eyelids. Because when you realize the stars are bringing this shit to you to deal with,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
it's your life path. It's what you came here to do. It's what the stars are saying, yeah, this is it. This is where you kind of need to go.
Stars are
You
helpful.
release and receive. I think those
Yeah.
all sound wonderful, actually.
Yeah.
I know I've been reviewing my life. I'm living alone for the first time in however many years since my husband died. 20 years of marriage, another 8 with Heather in Key West. So
And
it's been
Olivia.
a while. And
Yeah.
this whole year has been nothing. I've had time to review and release. And find who I am on my own, and it's really been interesting.
Eye-opening, isn't it?
Eye-opening and amazing. I mean, it's
Yeah.
been from shit to fantastic.
Yeah. I mean,
And
it's so cool.
it's really cool to find out who I really am, my authentic self. I thought
Yeah.
I was my authentic self. Well, I'm getting even more authentic. It's like that onion, it just keeps peeling off the crap. The older you get, the more you work at it. So it's
I
interesting.
mean, it's epic. We are living through history, epic
We
history.
really are.
And we're learning as we go, because we were never given the proper information as a society to begin with. So
Exactly.
here we're the ones at the front. We're changing the rules. We're restructuring things. We're recreating ourselves on this new earth that's being recreated by us.
With
It's
our intentions, ladies and
yeah,
gentlemen, with our
yeah.
intentions of based in love and light, love and unconditional love and unity consciousness. That's who we want. That's the kind of society we want in the
That's right.
future. And it's up to each one of us to dream it into being.
I love what Gwen's saying the same thing. I never thought I would be happy living alone, and now I don't know if I could live with anyone.
I know, right? My dog's lucky I love her, Gwen.
My dog is all I need.
Yeah.
She makes me laugh because she's funny as heck.
I know, they're just the cutest, aren't they? And Gwen got a Rife machine, and she's saying it's working.
I used to play with the Rife machine when I had a wellness center, and I highly recommend it. And the key is the frequencies, because that's what it's about. That's how it works.
Everything
Through frequency. And
that's
Royal Rife was an incredible genius. He's the one that invented it, Royal Rife. If you don't know who he is, hey Heather, maybe we could do a show on Royal Rife.
Ah,
That might be a good Royal. ROYAL.
Okay.
Because I think you can get the frequent. I used to have a machine and a book of the different frequencies, but they were hard to get at the time. I don't know. There's so much more out there now.
Yeah, Gwen can send you that. She really researched it and chose the one that resonated with her. Gwen, if you could email us with that.
Oh, please. John White took up the torch, is now considered the expert. John White. Okay. Thank you, Gwen. If you could send any information you might want to, if you don't, that's okay too. But Twisted Sisters, KW@gmail.com. I'll put it it's in the show description, but I'm going to go ahead and put it here. Our email.
So And then just let me show you this stellium. This is what we're dealing with, and this is just going to go on because this is the 29th, and we're just slowly, that energy is just vibing off of Pisces and Aries. Now, another good thing about going into Aries with Neptune and having all that restructured is that we are not doing anything from our ego. We have structured that. We're not egocentric. We're from the heart. We want the best for everybody. I don't care who it is, even the worst person I could think of right now, who we all just saw. Yeah, I hope every day that he wakes up and he decides to find his heart and things change, But
Oh, that's interesting. I wake up every morning looking for the news that he's died.
Well, either or. I accept either
that would
one.
probably be the worst thing that could happen because of number 2.
I think there's so much to it that's going to unfold.
I do too.
Oh, I got this too.
Hi, Jenny. Good to see you, sweetheart.
Bye, Starfish.
This is thriving versus surviving. We're learning.
I like that.
But we, and we've at least been in it a few years, and we understand what balancing all this out. But there's going to be more information that we didn't have access to that's going to really help us understand to, make those choices of thriving instead of surviving, because the thing here, and this is the big one, is safety and security.
Right.
That feeling of safety.
That's what everybody's worried about right now.
Yes. And
totally.
I mean, the whole country's on fire. Everything's going to shit, excuse my language. And we still, no matter what, have to choose between love and fear in every moment. And know that we're going to be okay. We're going to be okay.
I have found it so much easier to try to practice one moment at a time. Till you make it to 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You make it to 10 minutes without a negative thought. Try it. It's not easy. It's like trying to meditate with a smile on your face.
My guides had me do that. Like I want to say from 2017 and then 2020 came. Every time I had a thought, my thoughts were so horrible and I was so critical and abusive towards myself. Every thought I had to stop in the middle of the thought and switch it. And they would stop me. They would say, "Is that really what you want to feel?" And I'd be like, "No, I can't help it.
No, please, no, Mr. Bill,
help." So it's not easy, but we're learning, right? We're learning. We're all in this together. Oh, and then Black Moon Lilith.
Oh my God.
Our deepest fears. This is why it's so important that you look at those fears and you sit with them and you do whatever you can, because she's at 0 degree Scorpio.
All your deepest fears are coming out. Wow.
It's going to uncover some yucky stuff. She is.
Yeah.
But
when is this?
That's the day of the eclipse. She just turned 0 degrees that day on the 29th.
And how slow does she move? I'm with you, Randy. This is exactly right. You just have to trust and believe.
Yes.
You really do. You just have to throw it out there and know it's going to happen.
And that was going to be one of my other sentences. It comes down to self-trust and trust in the universe, trust in spirit, trust. I mean, that's all we have, right? Yeah. And in the meantime, we can enjoy life, right, Randy? Randy's out there adventuring. Let me ask this question. Black man, I think it's a little over a year. But
does she retrograde?
Oh yeah, they all do except for the nodes orbit. And okay, it says orbit and then it doesn't give it to me. So anyway, let me keep going here. Calculator symbols. Okay, here's in Scorpio. Black Moon Lilith in Scorpio, point representing repressed sexuality and hidden desires, can highlight themes of power, transformation, and the need for independence and rebellion. So she's actually going to help us get through this part of it, because
For her.
once we say, I'm not going to sit in a corner and cower, she stands with us and helps us get through whatever that fear is.
Somehow, I don't think there's many of us in this room that are going to stand in a
No,
corner and
no,
cower.
no, but I used to.
Oh,
Not
me
gonna
too.
lie.
Me too. Me
I
too.
used to. I used to be terrified. Like, oh
I was
my
afraid of
God.
everything.
I don't know why it's not giving me the orbit. That's 3
I'm
times.
sure most of you guys don't believe that for a minute, but it's true.
Well, it's been a long journey, long learning, long, long, long journey. I mean, it's awesome, really. It's epic. I'm grateful for
Has been a
every
long
moment.
journey.
Yeah.
Me too.
And it brought us to this point. Now, we don't know where we're going from here, but we're going to figure it out.
Yep.
Okay, it's still not giving me. Okay. I don't know. I'm not going to rack my brain.
Yeah, because we've only got a few minutes left.
Yeah.
Oh, and we still have slides. So
Yeah.
that's really what I wanted to say. And today's the 22nd. Venus and the Sun are going to conjunct tonight at 9 or 7 Eastern. On the 24th, Mercury and the Sun are going to conjunct. So we have like all this information being relayed that we don't know just yet.
Interesting.
Well, yeah, Leah, your Leah Lilith is going to be in a different sign, and just put the Taurus attributes in whatever house that is, and put those attributes, and it'll help you figure it out. I mean, it's it's okay. You think of your Taurus as the physical part, right? What are you afraid of or that you haven't created physically, or that you I don't know, like you always wanted to own a home, but you couldn't, or something with, you know what I'm saying? The physical structures, the physical safety and security. Remember, this is about safety and security. So, what is it that you feel is not there for you? If you have something you haven't worked through. Hi, Terry, holding your space.
So, we're in the middle of eclipse season, and we had the Virgo full moon lunar eclipse on 3/13, which was releasing habits that no longer serve us in a realignment with our purpose. Now, the Aries new moon solar eclipse on 3/29 is closing the past 18 months Aries Libra axis cycle. What was the Aries Libra axis cycle? Embracing new beginnings that feed your manifestations.
That was last year. Well, remember we had the Aries North Node, so we were all
okay. It's talking about the nodes.
We were cultivating our I am. Chiron in Aries is helping us heal the wounds of the I am. Okay, so that's been going on those last 3 years. And okay, so we come to this point in time, and the Sun goes into Aries, and it's different energy because we have healed a lot in those last few years.
Right.
So, and another weird thing with these eclipses, the equinox was between them.
Right.
That was it's a lot of energy right now. Lots. Anyway.
The Aries season. The Sun enters Aries, marking the start of an astrological new year, and boosts our energy level, our vitality, our stamina, and our self-confidence. Aries season will activate our inner warrior spirit, inspiring all of us to trust our desires, to believe in ourselves, and follow our dreams. Aries energy helps us stand our ground, own our authentic self, fight for our beliefs, and fearlessly take up space. Speak your truth, know your power, embrace the new beginnings that are on the way.
Yeah, and
that's nice.
Yeah.
Okay. And then yesterday's equinox was a deep energetic reset a new threshold. You've just stepped into brand new energies. However, the transition is still unfolding. You may feel sluggish today as the old dissolves and the new starts to take form. The identities, patterns, and outdated energies that once defined you are disintegrating rapidly. Things may feel surreal, out of sync, or strongly unfamiliar. This is a sign that the timelines have shifted and your energy is adjusting. Your internal operating systems are being completely rewired and upgraded in alignment with your spiritual expansion. The physical will start to reflect this as you release more of the old programming that held you captive. Listen to your body and take time to embody these new frequencies. Own this new era of your life. Ooh.
I mean, it's so cool. And let me say this: the Lilith, Black Moon Lilith, takes 9 months to go through a sign.
Okay.
So about 9 months from now, think of it as being pregnant right now.
No
That
shit.
is going to be a lot of clearing, because when we hit Sagittarius, Sagittarius are light, airy, and fun, so we just go off
Right.
from. But I think we're going to, I mean that in a lot more ways than just Black Moon Lilith, but
Mm-hmm.
that's definitely one of them.
This was yesterday, Venus sextile Pluto, March
Yes.
21st.
Forgot
So
about that.
yesterday, Venus, the planet of love, beauty, and harmony, formed a sextile with Pluto, the planet of transformation, power, and rebirth. This aspect is a gentle yet potent force that can bring about significant changes in the way you connect with others and how you perceive your own worth. During this transit, you may find that your emotions run deeper than usual. Relationships may take on an intense quality, and you might feel a strong desire to share your life with someone special.
I'm good. We're good.
I'm good.
Ditto.
So the fourth quarter moon is actually today, 2
Yes.
degrees Capricorn. The moon enters Capricorn at 3:29 EDT in a grounded energy that illuminates our long-term goals.
Yeah.
The fourth quarter moon arrives 2 degree Capricorn, encouraging us to reflect and release what no longer serves us as we prepare for the upcoming new moon. After the powerful full moon, total lunar eclipse, 23 degrees Scorpio last week, many of us may still be processing emotions and changes, as eclipses often stir up hidden feelings. With the ongoing eclipse portal, we are encouraged to assess our current energy as we get ready to welcome in new opportunities. For in 1 week, the new moon solar eclipse, 9 degrees Aries, arrives, bringing profound transformation, especially with Neptune shifting from Pisces into Aries, a rare event not seen since the 1800s. This rare transition marks the end of Neptune's 14-year journey in Pisces, ushering in a new energy, reminding us it's a magical moment to clear out the old, trusting the universe's timing, preparing for the positive transformation ahead. And the mantra is, I welcome positive transformation, so mote it be.
Mm-hmm.
Works for me.
And this is cool too, with the Capricorn moon until I think it's what they were on a couple of days, because that helps you. You're trying to realign how you do your everyday life, right?
Mhm.
Because and he's also a cardinal sign. Aries is a cardinal sign, so but we can all feel, at least I can, it's not time to jump yet. There's nowhere to go because you don't have all the information. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Eclipse season. Become aware of triggers. Allow change. Be patient as things unfold. Cleanse your energy. Trust your intuition and honor your personal growth. Surrender to any transformations and stay grounded.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh, a Pleiadian message for the 22nd of March. Dear starseeds and lightworkers, your most important task right now is to live your life with courage. and to have the courage to live your light. Oh, I like that. You do that by being your most authentic self and living from your heart, by embodying your truth so boldly that others will feel inspired to rise just by being in your presence. We do not need you to shout to wake up others. We just need you to be content with yourself and with where you are, aware that you are always evolving. Know that this alone is enough to hold the 5D frequency for the planet. You are the 5D new earth. You are all rising together. Yes. We are. I
Massive
don't know when this, do you know when this came out, Valerie?
Today.
Okay.
Okay. The
Mhm.
energy coming in RN, okay, is next level.
Right now.
Right
Sorry.
now. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Rapid solar flares are continually changing up everything, our bodies, minds, and hearts. Plus, the spring equinox is unlocking a whole other portal. It's intense. You might feel restless, emotional, or like your whole system is buzzing. That's because it is. The sun is sending massive waves of energy, breaking apart what no longer resonates, and is officially pushing you into something new. This is not just another shift, it's an acceleration. Old timelines collapsing, deep patterns surfacing, and anything out of alignment is being exposed. Let it happen. Let it move through you. The more you surrender, the easier this recalibration will be. The frequency is rising, and you're rising with it.
I love it. That's a good one. Yeah, that was earlier today.
Yeah.
There was so many Schumann things going on.
Okay, the eclipse on the 29th of March. Surprise, another piece of the puzzle. This eclipse sends out an invitation to see clearly what's lingered in shadows. As buried truths emerge from the past, they create space for profound healing. It also acts as celestial mirror, reflecting your own buried truths back to you. Forgotten lessons, silent yearnings, or karmic echoes asking for acknowledgement. These revelations aren't meant to haunt, but to heal. Take your time to listen, understand, and prepare your next step. As the old cycles dissolves, clarity emerges. What once felt fragmented now aligns, offering a chance to rewrite narratives with wisdom instead of wounding. Trust this reset. It's not erasure, but rebirth. Meet what surfaces with curiosity, not fear. The light always returns brighter after the dark. Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
It's epic.
Intense energy shift, supercharged energy for 72 hours. The energy right now feels intense. Equinox cracks are open, allowing high frequency cosmic waves to pour into Earth's magnetic field. At the same time, the Schumann resonances have surged, sending powerful vibrations through your entire system. Everything is accelerating, old patterns dissolving, emotions rising, and time bending. You may suddenly feel waves of grief, sadness, anger, or joy without clear cause. Long forgotten memories or unresolved feelings may surface, and even small interactions might feel amplified. You may find yourself crying easily, feeling extra sensitive, or craving emotional space, rest, and stillness. So expect life altering breakthroughs, time going too fast or too slow, revisiting old memories, healing, releasing, and resolution, closure, detoxing, decluttering, and clearing out the old fatigue. Or I guess it's clearing out the old and then being tired, overwhelmed, need time out for rest and recharging. Vivid dreams, waking between 2 and 4 a.m. and restless. Well, I always wake between 2 and 4.
That's called the 4 a.m. club. I think
Just
we're all
didn't know it until then. But that dissolving, that word keeps coming in, right?
It
And
really does.
that's that Neptune and Pisces that does 14 years of that well, it's illuminated, shown us a lot of things that are dissolving right now in front of us, right? So
Mm-hmm. True.
pretty cool.
Well,
Pretty
this
cool.
is really good because this is intentions for this solar eclipse. What bold new beginning am I ready to embrace? You guys might want to take a screenshot of this. Excuse me. What bold new beginning am I ready to embrace, even if it feels uncomfortable? How can I step into greater self-confidence and self-leadership? Where in my life do I need to take more action rather than overthinking? What passions or desires have I been suppressing that I'm now ready to pursue? How can I assert my needs and desires without guilt or hesitation? What risks or challenges am I willing to take to step into my power? Where have I been playing small, and how can I courageously expand? How can I cultivate a stronger sense of independence and self-trust? What area of my life needs a fresh, energetic reset, and what's my first step? How can I embody my most fearless, authentic self moving forward? Those are great.
Aren't they?
They're great questions if you happen to be having an Akashic record reading.
Mary Ellen says she's up with us at 4 a.m. and White Dragon too.
Mhm.
Yes.
Next level shifts. Huge squeeze is what this feels like for them right now. Ascension symptoms on the rise right now. Head pressure, tight jaws, ringing in ears, irritability. That head pressure, guys, that's headaches.
I've had the ringing in the ears and the
Yeah.
irritability today.
This energy leading up to the eclipse is major and life-changing. Many are facing challenges to clear out the old energy and make space for the new way. Many are also feeling called to step up their mission and face fears, doubts, limiting beliefs, and that hold us back. Right now is a big time for breaking through illusion and learning how to perceive a new reality that is more in alignment. First, the old has to go, including any fear you're carrying.
True. Fear or love, fear or love.
Goodness, I did give you a lot. Okay, this one is.
I know. I think, let's see.
I can see it.
Okay, you can read the next two.
Okay, the portal, a time of cosmic recalibration. The days between eclipse are a void space A time when the past has begun to dissolve, but the future has not yet taken form. This is a bridge between who you were and who you are becoming.
Yeah.
The universe is rewiring timelines, shifting perspectives, and accelerating destiny. During this time, you may feel a sense of emotional upheaval as unresolved wounds surface, or a pull towards solitude and reflection, or a feeling of being untethered or in limbo, or strong intuitive nudges and synchronicities, messages guiding your next steps. It's crucial to surrender, listen, and trust. Try to force outcomes in an eclipse portal is the swimming against the current. Allow the waves to change to carry you where you need to go. Don't be a salmon. Solar eclipse in Aries, the bold beginning. As the portal closes, the new moon solar eclipse in Aries marks a powerful reset. Aries is ruled by Mars, the warrior planet, representing courage, action, and independence. While the Virgo eclipse helped us clear the clutter, Aries now asks us, what bold steps am I ready to take? Where have I been hesitating to assert my truth? What new chapter am I ready to write? Solar eclipses initiate destined new beginnings. They often bring fated encounters, opportunities, and sudden shifts that set us on a new course. Aries energy reminds us that growth requires courage. This is a time to leap, not linger.
Mhm.
Oh, I like that.
Mhm. I do too.
Okay, spiritual practices for the eclipse portal.
Okay, here's another one you might want to screenshot, you guys.
Okay, to navigate this intense period with grace, 1, journal your realizations. Write down what themes have been surfacing since the lunar eclipse, and clarity will emerge as you reflect. 2, rest and integrate. Your body and mind are recalibrating. Honor the need for stillness. 3, let go of control. The more you surrender, the smoother the transition. Trust that the universe is realigning you for your highest good.
Mhm.
4, set intentions for the solar eclipse. Once the Aries eclipse arrives, be ready to act on the insights gained in this portal. And final thoughts. Walking through the fire of transformation, eclipse portals are sacred thresholds, moments where destiny reshapes itself before our eyes. This current eclipse season is burning away the old, Virgo, so we can step into the fire of rebirth, which is Aries. The key is to embrace the unknown, because what lies beyond this portal is the version of you that has been waiting to emerge.
Mm.
So are you ready to step through?
I'm leaving it on that one.
I know, right?
I'm leaving it on that one. That is the best. That was fantastic.
I mean, really, it is. It's who are we? Who are we emerging as? You know,
Mhm.
who are? I mean, because our higher selves are coming into our physical bodies. There's so much to this. It's
And
so
we have to
epic.
dream outside the box. We have to take care of ourselves, follow our bliss.
Yeah.
That is what it's all saying. We're going to dream this new existence into being
Yeah.
through love and our intention. That's freaking awesome that we can do that.
I know, right?
And
It's just
I
amazing.
wanted to say to Randy, it says, I ain't writing anything. And I was going to say, I cannot tell you, just from my own experience, how much has been clarified as I write it down. I'm like, oh,
Oh, me
okay,
too.
that made sense.
Right.
But if you're not into writing, I understand. But I was just going to say, speaking from my own point of view, even though I have
The
hard
nice thing
time
about journaling.
finding time to write, it's always beneficial.
I agree, Heather. I
I
think
got.
absolutely.
I
Not
got.
that I'm always doing it, because I probably have 5 different journals around the
Yeah,
house
that's right.
where I've
Just
got.
5?
I'm talking that are partially filled.
I was going to say, between you and I, we probably have a library.
Oh,
Yeah.
those are in a
Listen to
box.
this.
Those are in a box.
Yeah.
Valerie, any final words of wisdom, my love?
I don't know if I could do anything better than emerging. How we're
That
gonna.
was really amazing, wasn't it?
I like the faded. What did Kim be right? Faded encounters resonates here. That's a good one too. You know, I don't
Yeah.
know. Uh, it's just.
Oh, sorry, Terry.
I'm so excited. I really am, and you know, I feel like, oh my God. I was getting extremely frustrated most of last year.
Yeah.
Now I'm excited to see how it all unfolds. You know,
And
because
see,
now,
it's just a change of perspective, isn't it?
yeah, it
It is
really
a
is.
change of perspective, and when you can do that through all the shit that we're going through right now, it's pretty amazing, even if you don't have it all 24/7, right?
Yeah,
Because we have these highs and lows that we're going through, and some days just suck. It's
yeah,
just
Yeah, and
that's all it is.
yeah.
much earlier in the show, White Dragon had said something about not watching the news, and he's right.
Oh,
Right.
yeah, do not watch it, do not turn it
Mm-mm,
on. How
mm-mm,
long has it been since we watched the news, Heather?
mm.
5
Um,
years? 4
at
years?
least, and at
Probably 4.
least from before COVID.
Yes, that's true. It was before COVID, so it's
Mhm.
probably
Oh,
2020.
Amanda Carroll, I do that too. I'm like, where's the pen? I got stuff written everywhere.
Me too.
I just write it. And then it's like, okay, what did I wrote something earlier. What did I do with it?
True.
Yeah, the news is foolish. It's just the same. It's the same trap that trapped us in the matrix to begin with,
Yeah.
just telling us some more BS. It
Yep.
doesn't make any sense for anybody. Now, I do hit a headline here and there. Today, in fact, on Facebook, I sent something that wasn't wrong. I was with Raven, and I was pissed, and I was busy though, so I just posted it. It would said Elon bought MSNBC, and I was like furious. But then I had to stop what I was doing and go deal with something else. So I totally forgot about it. And
But it
then
wasn't true.
Jenny, she alerted me, and I got rid of it. Yeah,
Good.
I hope it's not true. I don't know.
I don't know.
was
I don't watch MSNBC anymore
Yeah.
anyway because they're just as caught up in the spewing nonsense as anybody else.
and
Maybe
this
not
is
as bad as most, but nevertheless.
Well,
Nope.
and this is the messed up part, right? Because we've been manipulated by every single side. Even the corporate Democrats, all of them. The only ones that aren't are Bernie, AOC, Jasmine Crockett, and a couple
I'm
others.
so proud of my state. Denver had the largest get together for Bernie since this has happened, larger than when he was running for president.
And April even got to go, and she was talking about it when she got back. Well, other than I don't think I could have stood there.
No, I know. Physically, I couldn't have, but I'm so proud of Colorado and Denver.
Yes.
Everybody that showed up. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
See,
Yes, Carrie, I agree. MSNBC used to be brilliant. Rachel Maddow was my goddess. I really liked it. And Keith Olbermann, I used to really like him, but now I'm so over all of them.
But do you see how they they took all the good people off over the years. I mean, it's been a long time since I've watched, and they all pretended to play, but then they get bought out, and their CEO is somebody who's like from Fox or another billionaire. And
it doesn't matter. All of the news corporations are owned by six billionaires. So we're not getting any truth anywhere.
Okay, I'm changing subject.
Okay, change the subject because it's.
What are you going to be doing next, Valerie?
I don't know what day is it. Seriously, oh God, it's the 22nd. I'm at 29th with Diana talking about this solar eclipse in Aries.
Exactly. And then Heather and I are on Tuesday with the power. What is it?
The Power of Laughter.
Power of Laughter. I was like, wait a minute, didn't we already do that? The Power of Laughter.
We did.
And then next weekend we have the lovely Akilah B is going to be on next weekend.
Yay, wow.
If we can make it through this week's astrology.
We're gonna get it. We're just gonna watch. I'm just keeping track.
Heather, thank you for changing the subject. I know that Valerie and I can go down that rabbit hole. Ladies, wear your lapis bracelets in support of the LGBTQ group, as well as anybody that is a minority, including women. Ladies, we're having our rights taken away like everybody else. Go out, shine your light, send love, love, love to our planet, to the United States. Send lots of love, love, love to the United States. We need it. We need the help. Call in your angels, your guides. Ask them
to yourself too.
And make sure you take care of yourself, because if you don't, you're no good to anybody. Right?
And this is going to band us together. This is
Absolutely.
going to be.
It's already doing that.
Yeah. So even more so. Yeah.
So join us again on Tuesday at 8 Eastern, and we'll talk about the power of laughter, because we had a great show with Jenny the other day on laughter. And Valerie will be back in a couple of weeks. And we love you all. Until next time, take care.
Take care.
Good night.